what about the manufacture and sale of a really good, high-quality Conan action figure? Do you think there's a market for that?
Oh, like that Deadpool one you just held up.
Yeah, but also something that has, like, movable wrists and, like, kung fu grip.
Yeah,
and
fully
all that.
What would you
articulate.
do?
Well, I mean, Ben, you're the expert here, but I'm talking about a Conan O'Brien action figure. It sits, it talks, it self-deprecates. What? Do not expose to sun for more than 30 seconds. Is there a market for something like that? And I want you to be honest.
I would buy it.
Well, there's one.
He doesn't even want to
So
brainstorm.
you got one. That's all you need. You need one. You got to start somewhere.
Okay, well, feel
Ben,
free.
do you remember the G.I. Joe figure Zartan and how if you put it in the sun, its skin color would change? They should do that with Conan, where you put it in the sun and it just goes red.
No, it should start to smolder and then explode and turn into slime. Wow.
Hold on. Let me write these ideas down. Hold on.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're not giving this idea, much credit. I think if you and I had spitballed a little more, you might have seen that there is a market for such a doll, and I shouldn't call it doll. It's an action figure, really. Mm. And then it could come with all kinds of cool stuff. Comes with its own podcast studio. Comes with its own cholesterol measuring.
Yeah, that says
device.
action figure more than a little Lipitor that he's holding.
It sits, it talks, it worries.
It's an inaction figure.
Yeah.
Ben, do you have a question for Conan at all?
I do. My question for you, Conan, is if you were stranded on an island, but you could pick a toy or take a toy with you, try to keep it clean. It's a children's toy to keep you busy
well,
while you're
just
playing on this island.
There goes my vibrating butt plug.
If you did choose slime, it's a 2-for-1. Just saying.
Yeah, saying.
Gosh.
I've tried it, and I do not recommend it.
Oh God.
Going in is fine. Getting out is not fun.
What did you?
Okay. Well, anyway, Sona, you can just drop out. If you can't handle it, you can drop out.
What am I drawing? What are you talking
we're just talking about inserting slime in our bodies. That's all.
Wait, no, that's not what I was talking about.
He was talking about using it as lube. I think you started putting it in your body. Wasn't that what you were talking about?
Yeah, I meant it was.
I'm talking about something I did 4 years ago.
And it's still there?
No one was with you on the sticking it in your body thing. That
Every
was
time
weird.
I have a colonoscopy, they freak out. They're like, what is going on up here?
It's so binding.
So binding and brilliantly colored. It's got sparkles. Anyway, hey, I'm going to tell you exactly what toy I would bring with me. I don't even know the name of this toy, but this is a true story. When I was about 11 or 12, somewhere around there, I came down Christmas morning and Santa had left me this big box, and what it was a styrofoam aircraft carrier that must have been, I want to say, about 4.5 feet long, and it had a little catapult on it, and what you did is you put a little plastic jet on it, and it had a wire system, like a nylon wire that ran up to, that you could attach to some part of a room that was far away from you, and it would shoot it, and this thing would ride up on the wire, and then it would turn around, and it would come back down, and then you would, using a stick, you would guide it in for a tailhook landing. And I swear to God, yes! Let me see if that's it. Is that it? Oh man, this thing was fun. I don't know. I think it was Flying Aces. Mine was a jet fighter, and I think you did find it, Gorley. I think this is it.
And maybe there are variations all
yes,
around.
I think there are different, but you would shoot it up, you would shoot it would go up to the top of the wire, and then it had this little simple mechanism that turned it around, and it would come back in for a landing, and you would use the stick, and you would need to guide it in to catch the tail hook.
Oh, wow.
And it was really fun, and I remembered I used it so much, I played with it so much, that it all started to fall apart, and I just kept taping it up to keep it going. But it was an incredibly fun toy, and be on the lookout for that. I'd love to set up one here in the podcast studio here at our little command center.
Adam and I were just texting about that.
Yeah, it'd be fun to do that. Look into this toy, Ben. It was really fun. Very low tech. about as low-tech as a toy could get. But as you probably know, sometimes that's the joy. This is before they were putting computer chips into toys, and it was just very lo-fi but really fun.